Hello everyone! This is going to be a little bit of a long playthrough of the current state of Spirits of Deceit. While we're playing, I'm going to be talking about, where this is right now, what I'm looking to do here in the next couple months, what the plan is moving forward, and also try to provide a little bit of information before a lot of questions get asked about different aspects. So first and foremost, this playthrough is going to go as long as I possibly can. It won't all be gameplay. There's probably going to be aspects of it that I'm not going to show off. It might just break. I hope it doesn't, but there's always that possibility. And I'll probably show off at the end of this video, some of the spirits that we've had made, some of the mechanics that we're going to be working on, and other ideas that we're going to be moving forward to. So first off, let me just go ahead and get this started. We're just going to start from a new play. And I'm just going to go through this nice and easy. So I am actually playing this with the old style controller, the 8-button controller, with it's got the T-pad, the start select, the A and B, and the whole game is actually, the controls are all built around using just those buttons. So it should feel very retro if you get your hands on one of these $5 to $10 controllers, USB controllers. Your game should be able to just when you're running this, it will just find this controller, be able to run it. You should also be able to use other controllers, more modern controllers, right? Like Xboxes, PlayStation, stuff like that. But there hasn't been a lot of testing yet recently that I've done to be able to verify that yet. But the way that it's scripted and controlled, it should work. So right now, the game starts off with us already having a preset character. We're this girl here, this lady. And we start off in this mysterious location. This is where we're just gonna go and get our first spirit and all that. So these people will tell us various things, there'll be more characters and there'll probably be more rooms if we decide to go this, if I continue to decide to go this route. The alternative idea is that we'll be having the player be dropped off, kind of like an Undertale style, where they're just going to appear in a forest, and then a spirit will probably come and, attack them, and then a hermit will save them. But there's been, I've been having conversations with friends and family, and there's been some debate about whether or not that would be a better option than this. Some people like the idea that we could just start here. We kind of learn everything we need to know from here, and then we get dropped off. These characters tell us more about what kind of spirits will be available for our starters. So right now they're preset, but in the future the plan is that your starters will be randomized. So we go up here. So we've got a plant type here. We're not gonna take that. We've got a smoky fire type here, and then we've got a storm type here. We're gonna take the storm type. Luwing is actually one of my favorite of the first generated, or not generated. I would say that's not the right terminology. The first commissioned work that we had made. The artist that made this, they sent it to me, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's amazing, and I love it so much. Which is a big thing. All of the spirit designs are all made by artists. I had commissioned 4 artists. So far we have 4, and we have about 50 spirits approximately made. And that's their front, back, and their little menu icon, and maybe later I'll show that. So here we are, we're now in the world. We get to start exploring and stuff. So part of this game is that we're gonna do a lot of narrative play, right? The idea is that we're gonna use the generic monster taming gameplay as a way of basically as a vehicle to tell a more detailed narrative. So we're gonna spend a lot more time on the narrative aspect than the gameplay aspect. We're gonna focus on more creating unique and interesting characters for the players to meet. So those are things that we are still actively working on. But first and foremost, let's go in here. So this is, well, what was originally designed to be a lab, and this will get changed potentially relatively soon. But this is the first person we have to go and talk to. They're telling us that, hey, we've noticed there's, you know, they tell us more that spirits are harming people. They want us to go check it out. So like, all right, hey, why don't you try and go find out where that spirit is? What's going on with that spirit? That's in the hospital. Then we go here. We get our camera and film. This is how we capture spirits. We take photos of them, and those photos become basically, they work kind of like other capture devices, right? And so we can use that to capture other spirits and control them. So here we are in the spirit. Here we go, we're in a little bit of a fight here. Let's see if we can just do this. There we go. Try to capture. There we go. So it's been added to our party. So there he is. Yay. So some other aspects that we should talk about. We should start talking about things right there, right? We saw a ball there as the final animation to determine how long they're in there. That's gonna get changed. We're also going to change the capture system a little bit more. We're going to make it a little bit more complex. One of the ideas is that I wanted to try out was we have to take like multiple photos. So if you ever played a game like Fatal Frame, that in that particular game, you're having to take multiple photos to be able to wear down the ghost or the spirit's like sanity, strength, vitality, right? And so that is the idea that we're potentially going to do here, where it doesn't just take one shot. You have to actually take multiple shots, and there'll be a separate bar underneath the wild spirit where every single time you shot, it's going to take a certain amount of that, right? And different films going to do better against that. So there's still going to be a randomness aspect to it, but I think we're going to have a much more deterministic outcome. So unlike other traditional monster tamers where the spirit is going to just, you just try to capture them and they can break out and you're not sure why. This way you'll be able to destroy. And we're seeing a lot of animations here, and there are a lot of attack animations we have already made. More will be added. Some of the ones that already exist inside the game will become more. We'll increase the detail of them. So actually, we're gonna leave this. We are seeing quite a few spirits. Ah! Already again. I need to... Oh, interesting. We might have to put a little bit of a pauser between the battle animations. So, let's go heal up. We've got these markets, which we can buy stuff. First off, I'm just going to heal. There you go. Why don't we also buy some more house slabs? Oh, I want to buy more than that. No, not that many. There you go. We also have like weather conditions for game, that kind of stuff. So we'll see here. We also have an aspect, right now it's not fully implemented, that if you are, whenever you defeat another spirit, your spirit actually is going to harvest stuff from them, right? So you'll actually, there's a little bit of a monster hunter kind of aspect to it, where going around and defeating spirits will give you resources. Because one of the ideas that we want to do is we don't really want to have a lot of those typical trainer style fights. We actually want to have more of the exploration be kind of the emphasis. But we do have, when we need to, we do have scripted fights against some cultists. Oh no! I thought that was fixed. Well, his little guy is hovering. That's okay. It will fix itself once we defeat it, but that is a bug that we still have. Okay, so it's not that we are planning for the future. So some of the ideas that we have moving forward is we are going to be modifying more aspects of the UI, more of the art style. We already, for the demo, we're going to have about 5 towns that you can explore. There's going to be all 50 of the spirits that we currently have commissioned will be accessible, so you'll be able to find them one way or another. Maybe not every single one of them will be like actually available in a traditional sense, like they won't be just around. A nameless cultist. So here, let's go ahead And let's have a, let me show you around the world that we've kind of created. So far, let me set this up so you can see more of the world like this. And yes, we are using Unity to kind of build this out. And if you're curious too, we are using let me I was told that it would be wise to talk about this. So, if you're interested, say you're a game developer and you're interested in making something like this, we are actually using kind of like the base system that Game Dev Experiments on YouTube has designed and built out. So, while that system has been developed and is, has been shared freely, but also there is a paid option that allows us to be able to utilize it, right? It's not something that we're just going to stick with. If it's just me by myself, I'm not planning on sticking to this entire core gameplay loop as the only system. There's a lot of things we want to modify to be able to make it more unique. There is this aspect that our theme, our world theme, is also meant to be a little bit more, say, darker, right? So we do want to have, like, we want these spirits to feel dangerous, right? We don't want these spirits to just be what they are. We want these spirits to be something that you should be afraid of, right? So when you go into a battle, we want the player to definitely feel convicted or not convicted, confident in fighting, but we also don't want you to be feeling all the time that it's just going to be a cakewalk, right? So there's going to be instances of having wild spirits out. There's something like this where this is the cave system that currently these cultists are taking over. And there would be actual, all this dark area is where you can encounter spirits, while also having, same as this, there were some lighter areas where spirits don't spawn, but then other areas where spirits do spawn. And this is so far what we're at. So you can see that we were supposed to go up here, but it didn't load. This is probably due to a scripting error with the teleportations, because when we went in here, it dropped us here, when in reality it should have dropped us here, and we should have been going through all of here. So we're gonna have to check that out. And so we should have been able to get all the way up here, and then none of these doors work. Neither of these entrances work yet. But this is one of the towns. This is another town that we have. There's a ruins here. Ruins takes us here, which will take us further. This will be one of those instances where if the player has acquired a certain object, they'll be able to interact with this. This will basically slide over and allow the player to walk through, and it will take them on to a dungeon. Sorry. It's early morning for me because I'm actually recording this the same day that I'm going to be releasing it. Because I'm releasing it from my Patreon. We've got this other jungle area. There'll be the ability to cross water. There's going to be instances to handle these situations. So there's a lot that we have planned going forward. There's a lot that we want to do. There's a lot that I want to do. And it really is only me right now. I'm the only developer here. I am getting help from Game Dev Experiments right here and there. But it's mostly just me working on this, right? Taking this core, basic, very nostalgia designed system, and I'm kind of refining it to be able to tell my own story about this broken world where these spirits aren't friendly, cuddly creatures. At least not some of them are, but not all of them. Some of them are just straight up murderous. And you, as an evoker, you're going around trying to save the world. Uh, One thing to completely note to kind of end this off: this art style that we're doing, we may not stick with. A lot of what we've been encountering with, and you'll see it here, in what's supposed to be a hospital, we are encountering issues where we're running out of assets, and because hiring a artist all the time is very expensive, and I actually don't have a budget for this particular project where I can always invest into an artist. We are looking at other asset packs. And one of the assets that we've been looking at is by a creator called Limezoo, LIMEZU. And they make a bunch of modern style assets. And we actually have access to all of those. The same way we have access to the assets and files from Game Dev Experiments. We support them in our own way through Patreon, and we have access to these files as well as to those asset packs. So we have actually debated, me and those that I have been able to communicate with, have debated about switching to a Limezoo style artwork. And actually, I don't know if it's gonna work. I'm trying to think about how I want to do this. Let's show it off real quick. So this is the assets that we've been working on. So there was a problem, and I'm just kind of putting this into the video. I know that it may not matter to a lot of people. They may be more focused on the actual other aspects of the game. But with Limezoo's assets, there's a lot of them, right? It's huge asset packs. They're great. They provide a lot of resources, and we have access to all of these. And they're really fantastic. But the problem is that the load times in Unity are insane. They're so crazy. They take forever to load. So that is one of the issues that we're encountering with us doing this. Okay, why don't we have a look at spirits? So let's have a look at our spirits. Oh, I won't show. Okay, so the way I'm going to do this is I am going to just open up in the sprite editor a few of these. So these all have been created, handcrafted by artists that I have paid to make these. Almost all of these will be seen inside the project one way or another. And they look great. Like, the idea here is what we're going for is something that's very reminiscent of those mid DS style Monster Tamer games, right? Fire Red, Leaf Green, that kind of stuff. And we've got a lot of these 96 by 96 sprite sheets that we're working on. We've got a few of them that have like alternate art. We have some really simple creatures. And we have some really complex ones. Right? That are meant to be thematic. And something you're probably noticing right now is like, hey, wait, these are flipped from the way they are in the game. Yeah, that's because we are reversing the direction of the way that the layout works in game. One of the ideas that we have is that if we can keep the layout to look different enough when you're playing, or reversed in a sense, and we're going to be adding more UI elements that's going to help separate it, it's going to make it more it's going to keep it standing out. But we've got a lot of a variety of different fun, unique spirits. This is supposed to be like a legendary, a god. We've got like fish. Where's the rotting one? There's Rotfin. There's Rotfin. Look at that. Love this. Love this design. It's so cool. There's Patch Mouse. 2 little Patch Mouses that have been captured, and we don't quite know what Suskin is doing with them, but that's what's happening. Oh, I should really mention this. There is no evolution in this game. When you get a spirit, that is a spirit that you have all the way to the end. This game is going to be very much designed with not the ability to quote unquote evolve your spirits, but rather to improve them. So there will be an internal ranking system. So when you have a spirit, you can improve their stats, right? Up to 5 times. So you can basically take a Suskin that you find in the wild and one that you have had and you have ranked up will always be stronger than the wild version. Like, no matter where you find them, no matter what level you get them, no matter what the random stats, the random generator gives you for the wild spirits version, your ranked one will always be better because you'll be increasing it by 5% across the board for each rank. So you have ability to increase it by 25%. Well, it stacks. So the first time it's 5%, then the next time you rank up, it's 5% of that new 5%, right? So it's exponentially increasing by 25%, 5% times 5. So, which I think is still no. I know what I'm doing. So, and we've got a lot of fun little spirits, right? To kind of give an idea of what's going on in the for other spirits, we have experimented with other designs, right? This is one that I fully created and thought it would look really cool. It's kind of got that ghastly facial style. Here's one that was found in another asset pack that I thought was very cute and that was improved or modified. And then here's another one that's supposed to, like, these are his fists that he has. All right. Very cute. So we are constantly experimenting. As for characters, right, we've got these very basic character sprites. Here's the hero character that we have. Here are some of the trainer spirits, right? And we're going to be working on these for a while. So these are definitely nowhere near a state of ready for any kind of release, along with the world itself, right? So we are probably going to continue to work on these for a long time. But the idea is we've got the floorboards put into this house. We've got the scaffolding. We got the bare walls around. Now the next step is deciding, where the rooms are going to be. What kind of doors do we want to have? Where's the bathroom going to be? That kind of stuff. Which may feel a little bit like, well, shouldn't you have designed the bathroom beforehand? But it's how I like to build out games. So we're going to see how this goes. I've been working on this for years now. I'm definitely taking it with more care than I did with my last game that I released on Steam. I'm definitely spending more time. I'm definitely investing more financial aspects into this. If you want to, I'll say it this way. Go to my Patreon. That's where I'm going to be uploading all my updates. If you have questions, concerns, you have suggestions, that's where I suggest you go. Jump onto my Patreon. Talk to me there, right? Could I just go to view my page? right? Hellas Nude Studio by Dylan W, right? This is where I'm going to be posting all of my stuff here. I'm going to be trying to do weekly updates, right? So today is another day that I'll be uploading a video. Last week I mentioned a little bit of what was going on with Spirits of Deceit. I'm going to be uploading more. And it's not just going to be Spirits of Deceit. I've got a generic tabletop war game that I'm working on that I just updated, which I will also be releasing an update for today as part of this particular part of this video. There's just so much going on so much that I'm going to be doing. And in the future, I plan on working on other aspects. So if you want to help me bring these ideas to reality, I suggest become a Patreon. Patreons get all kinds of perks. Those perks are always going to be improved upon as times go on. But specifically with Spirits of the Deceits, the higher your Patreon level is there, the more sway you're going to have. And one of my plans is, for every dollar that gets invested, for every penny that gets invested into Patreon, that's only going to go towards working on my projects. So every $10 will be me being able to basically commission a new spirit design or improve a spirit design. Every $50 is probably going to be a small little asset pack for the world, so we can get more unique assets, all that kind of stuff. The more that gets invested in this, the faster it will get worked on, and the more time I will be able to invest in it, because I'm having to work on this after work hours, right? Today was lucky. I had a free day, so I'm getting this video out. I probably won't be doing so many of these super long videos. This is such a long video. I can see that it's already past the 30-minute mark. People probably aren't still here. And you know what? I don't blame you. But if you did make it all the way to the end of the video, thank you so much. I promise you my future videos will be a lot shorter. They'll be more concise. I'll probably be focusing on shorts and just talking about specifically single updates, right? Hey, we did this. Hey, we're going to do this, right? So look out for those. And share this video, share my Patreon, share this game, get the word out there. Just get it out there so that way more people can see it and I can get a good a good glimpse at what people want to see. And yeah, thank you so much. I gotta end this video now or it's gonna be like another hour. All right, bye.